Hello, how are we doing? We're good? Fantastic. Okay, so some time ago, I say some time ago, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. No, I'm joking. So, if you remember, towards the back end of 2012, the internet pretty much exploded with the announcement that Lucasfilm had been bought by Disney. Obviously, Lucasfilm being the property of George Lucas, his company, pretty much he built it from the ground up. He is the sole owner of the company. No one else pretty much co-owns it or anything. He is the sole owner. So as I say, he sold Lucasfilm to Disney for over $4 billion. It was eventually all finalised and confirmed, done, sealed, just before Christmas or just after Christmas, I think. And obviously, once that announcement was made that Disney had bought Lucasfilm, they then said that they were going to make 3 new Star Wars movies, starting with Episode 7, which they're hoping to get released in 2015. So, with that in mind, cue the whole who's who of what movie directors are going to be helming the new Star Wars film, and whether or not they'll be carrying on with the franchise as time goes on. So anyway, loads of names popped up. James Cameron was in there, Ben Affleck, Brad Bird, Zack Snyder as well. Even Christopher Nolan was in there as well. Ridley Scott. We're talking about the real serious big name players. Spielberg as well. And everybody was thinking, who's going to direct this movie? Even Joss Whedon was listed at one point. And we were wondering who would be best fit? Who could really bring Star Wars back to this new generation, to continue on from the franchise that George Lucas has created? Who could helm it and take it on board and move forward with it? There was speculation. I say speculation. There was an announcement made earlier this month, even in December, that Zack Snyder had been put forward to direct the film. Now, don't forget, he's doing Man of Steel. That's out later on this year in June. Okay, so apparently it was a lot of places on the internet were saying he was going to direct Episode 7. Then his representatives basically slammed the rumour and said, no, that's not true, it's not happening. Okay, fair enough. So Zack Snyder's out the picture. Right. So then Thursday even, the internet went a bit frenzy again, and a certain name by J.J. Abrams popped up. Now, cast your minds back to a couple of months ago. This guy basically said that he didn't really want to direct the movie because he's a big fan of the franchise. The reason why he went to direct Star Trek movies is because he's not a big fan of the franchise. Therefore, if it doesn't work out, he can't really be blamed for it in some sense. But let's face it, you're the director of the film, you're going to kind of get blamed for it if it doesn't work out properly. So he said he didn't want to be attached to something that he loved so much, for fear of ruining it, so to speak. So he said if he was going to, if he wants to get involved with the film, he'll be going as a moviegoer. Fair enough. Then suddenly, as I say, number of websites were all reporting that he was the man that was going to direct the film, that he was going to do Star Wars Episode 7, this, that and the other. Now, all the while, Lucasfilm, Disney, nobody within that department had even come forward to confirm that Abrams is actually the man who's going to direct the film. Until yesterday. It took them eventually 24 hours to eventually confirm that yes, J.J. Abrams will be directing Star Wars Episode 7. So, so what does this say for the likes of Star Trek and also Mission Impossible? And don't forget, he did direct the 3rd Mission Impossible. I believe he also produced the 4th one, Ghost Protocol, as well. And obviously he's directed the first reboot of Star Trek. He's going to do he's doing the 2nd one as well, Star Trek Into Darkness. That comes out in May this year. So where does this leave all these particular projects that he's involved in? Well, he's going to be producing third Star Trek film, and he will be producing the next Mission Impossible film as well. So all of that, so he's going to be in producing duties. Now, don't forget that when Star Trek came out in 2009, and people were talking about the sequel getting done, Abrams wasn't sure if he was actually going to direct the sequel for Star Trek. He was not sure. He didn't think he would want to, or he would be directing it. He's one of those guys that will do a film and doesn't direct the sequel, but will be on the producing team. But obviously he felt that, well, I believe that the distribution company and whoever else was involved in Star Trek Into Darkness thought, dude, you've got to direct it, because, you know, as far as we're concerned, you did pretty well with the first one, so you've got to direct the second one. Obviously you saw Mission Impossible 3, again he didn't direct Ghost Protocol, but he was heavily involved in the producing of that, and again he's going to be producing, as I say, Mission Impossible 5. And it's just mind-boggling that here's a guy who has gone from one franchise to the next, you know, and he's produced some great television shows, Alias, Lost, you know, they're all in there. He's even starting one called Believe as well. There's a TV show called Revolution, Person of Interest as well. So Fringe, he's executive producer on that, and he's done a number of awesome TV shows. A lot of people tell you that you know, some of the stuff that he has done has been pretty good. But I look at JJ and I say to myself, I say, could he really do it? Can he really bring Star Wars to the new generation in the same way that he did Star Trek? I think he could. Given what he's done for Star Trek, I don't see why not, because he's got it. He's got the panache, basically. He has the guts. Seriously though, if you'd have put someone, say, like I don't know, let's see. Well, I wouldn't have minded Joss Whedon, but you know, Marvel have got him wrapped up so tightly in their contracts. You're going to need something epically astronomical to get Joss to move away from Marvel right now, especially with Avengers 2 and obviously the Shield TV pilot that they're filming as well. So it's too much for Joss at the moment. Another name that was also mentioned with the director is Guillermo del Toro, but he's got so many projects on board. The guy does not know what he's going to direct next. I mean, we know Pacific Rim is out later on this year. There's rumours saying that he's going to be involved with the Justice League Dark mystical side of things, with all the Sentinels of Magic like Zatanna and Deadman and Spectre, all of them sort of characters, Swamp Thing and Constantine as well. So where that's going to go, I don't know as yet. But as I say, with JJ, yeah, I think he's going to do it. So it'll be interesting to see how it's all going to come together. Casting obviously has got to start, locations for filming, how much it's going to cost as well, so that's going to be a big factor. What's the story going to be, how, all that sort of stuff. So we want to know obviously how is it going to continue on from episode 6, and where we're going to go from episode 6 on to episode 7. Are we going to get characters coming back like Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Lando Calrissian? Will it be the original actors themselves? Who knows? We might get some cameo appearances. Who knows where it could go. It's going to be interesting now to see exactly how it goes. But one thing I will say, internet, please, 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 for the love of God, let's not keep reporting on every little detail that occurs when they're doing things like this. I am getting sick and tired of seeing posts left, right and centre where people constantly just report in saying, okay, they're now moving to this location to shoot. Okay, they're now moving to such location to shoot. Oh wait, we've got a new picture of this location of where they're shooting. It's like, let them film it. Let the film be released, and then we'll watch it and make our own judgment. That's it. Leave it at that. Don't keep reporting on set locations and where they're off to and what they're doing next. Who cares? We just want to let them film it, because we're getting to the stage now where you're going to spoil the film before it's even finished filming, if you get what I mean. Okay? It's like, no. Alright, so leave it. Alright? Anyway, like I said, I'm actually quite glad that it's JJ that's brought on. I'm sure there'll be a number of people who aren't particularly pleased about that news, but you just have to wait and see what he does. Some people aren't happy with what he's done with Star Trek, but he hasn't exactly tampered with the old generation Star Trek, has he? He's left that alone. He's made his own version. He's made a new version and carried this particular band of Star Trek characters in their own direction. That's what he's done, and he's left the originals, Spock, Kirk, Uhura. Those originals are still there. They're still in that universe that he has not touched. So don't worry about it. Okay, it'll be fine. Star Wars is in good hands. Okay, if Lucasfilm believes it, Disney believes it, I'm going to believe it as well. And I like J.J. Abrams. The guy's awesome. All right. I'd like to see him to do a Justice League movie, but I know that's not going to happen. But never mind. But no, seriously, JJ, welcome on board. Let's see what you've got. See you later.